What is today 180 acres of vacant land on the southwest outskirts of Saskatoon will be developed into the city's new Civic Operations Centre, a site that will co-locate many of the city's key operations and services. The idea of the Civic Operations Centre was conceived by the city with an eye to improving efficiency, enhancing productivity, and reducing costs and advancing some of the key goals outlined in its 10-year strategic plan. Goals like continuous improvement, which is about finding new and better ways to work smarter and more efficiently, and environmental leadership, which focuses on protecting our natural environment from effects of a growing community. The proposed COC will advance these goals, promoting efficiency, savings, and productivity for the civic operations and services that will be relocated there. The COC facility and surrounding site will be developed in a series of stages, with the first stage seeing the relocation of the city's transit operations. According to the city's transit manager, the move to a more industrial setting offers several advantages.
Saskatoon's transit facility is unique in that we are in the middle of a residential area and we don't have fenced-off compounds. The majority of transit operations throughout Canada have a fenced-off compound, plus they are also situated in an industrial setting. It's just more conducive to a 24-hour operation. Moving of buses in and around the city streets here proposes its own set of challenges with oncoming traffic, and 24 hours a day it's very challenging.
Relocation to an industrial site is a key benefit, as is the opportunity to address transit's overcrowding. Administrative space is tight in its 100-year-old building, and the amount of room available for the maintenance and storage of its fleet and equipment is limited as well.
Some of the main benefits I see is we're going to have more space to do our jobs. We're not going to be congested. Everything will be more organized. Everything will be under one building, under the roof of one building. So we'll have that interconnectivity of communication. Everything is going to flow better and be more efficient.
Moving the city's transit operations will kickstart the implementation of the Caswell Hill Local Area Plan, which will improve quality of life for residents living in the area.
Some of the more common complaints we hear from our neighbors is the noise level. We're at the point now where it really just makes sense to move out of this neighborhood and move to a larger location where we have a lot more room to move our buses around, to service them without disturbing any of our neighbors.
The COC's first phase of development will also see the construction of a permanent snow storage facility, one that will replace the temporary site in the city's southwest quadrant. According to Pat Hyde, Public Works Manager, a permanent site to store and treat snow collected from city streets will be better for the city, ratepayers, and the environment.
With a permanent facility at the Civic Operations Centre, we have a defined location. So when we're planning our snow removal, we know exactly where we're going to haul it to from year to year to year, and it's not a constant juggling process where we're not sure where we're going to go to the next year and what's going to be the impact on our hauling costs. This is a fixed location, and it gives us a much better flexibility in being able to determine what our budgeting costs will be for snow removal.
According to the city, the cost of having to constantly find and establish temporary sites is significant and growing. By reducing the administrative time and cost of sourcing new locations, Pat Hyde says more energy and resources can be focused on providing quality service.
As temporary sites are closed and new ones are opened, they're being pushed farther and farther away from the city centre to the perimeter of the city. Along with that comes an increased cost for transportation costs for hauling the snow to these temporary sites. So that increases the cost for fuel, for labor, and equipment. And the farther we have to haul, the more equipment we require. That has a negative impact on the availability of our budget to deal with the actual snow clearing processes.
Hyde also points to the environmental and cost-saving advantages of a permanent site where snow runoff can be treated properly and sand and gravel spread by city crews can be reclaimed and used again.
So a permanent facility would be able us to put in controls that would be able to meet Ministry of Environment regulations in terms of the melt and the runoff. We can deal with the contaminants that are in the snow as it melts that we can't do in a temporary site today. What we're looking at is establishing a permanent facility so that we can contain the runoff, we can treat the runoff, we can meet Ministry of Environment regulations, we can be proactive in that matter, and as well be good stewards of the environment as well.
For both transit and public works, the new COC site is ideal. The new location is large, open, and a safe distance away from residents and adjacent neighborhoods. The site will feature a large earth berm similar to those located in other parts of the city to reduce noise and sightlines to COC operations. And it will offer easy access to Circle Drive South, reducing the amount of time and fuel required by transit and public works to serve all points of the city.
It is our objective to make Saskatoon Transit the most viable option for moving around the city of Saskatoon. It's better for our environment, it's better for traffic congestion, it's better for the city of Saskatoon's infrastructure as a whole. In order to accomplish this, one of the things we need is a new facility to grow our fleet, to make us fast, effective, and efficient. This Civic Operations Centre will go a long ways to help us achieve that goal.
For more information, you can request or download material from the website. Look under C for Civic Operations Centre.